Yeah, I think I'm a mouth breather for sure.
Yeah, you're from Wyoming.
Oh, dude.
I mean, that's true. That is probably the truth.
No, I'm kidding. Isn't Bryce Meredith from Cheyenne?
Yeah.
You know him?
Yeah, that's the dude. They gave him the key to the city the other day.
The wrestler.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he's moving to New Jersey.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
To wrestle out there?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a stud. He got us all into wrestling as a state. There's some other great wrestler from Torrington. Some kid from Penn State that's like some monster that won like 1 million things in a row. You know, I was hanging out with the other day was, oh no, it wasn't Bryce Meredith's kid. It was, there's another wrestler from Cheyenne. Oh no, it's this Bartlett kid who was like a undefeated wrestler, and then he went and played football at University of Washington.
Okay.
But his kids, his little brothers are going to be like the best wrestlers, they say, and they just crush Wyoming. They have to go all over to try to find better. But yeah, Bryce Meredith, he's a stud, man. I remember we were over at one of the bars here during football, and we made him put on the wrestling. They're like, what? Like Ohio State's, we're like, fuck, we don't care. Put this wrestling. Wyoming's about to wrestle.
That's awesome.
That's a good thing about Wyoming. Everybody gets behind. You know, everyone got behind him, but
yeah, who's the coach? It's not Mark Cody.
Dude, no, it's a dude from Oklahoma. It's Mark.
Well, they did.
Is it Branch?
Yeah, Mark Branch is the coach.
They did a wrestling. They had a meet in Cheyenne against Oklahoma State, I think, at the old cool gym where I grew up playing basketball, like blocks from my house, and everybody in Cheyenne came and packed it, sold it out, and then he won, and it was like a cool. Hopefully, they'll do it again because it was cool to turn out to see him. He's local. He's actually famous in Cheyenne.
Yeah, Bryce
That's
Money
awesome.
Meredith.
He's a stud.
Got a shoe deal
got a
with
shoe deal,
wrestling boutique, and yeah, they just posted he's going to be doing work with the New Jersey Regional Training Center and the Princeton University Wrestling Club.
That's awesome. Yeah, it was cool. It's always cool to see a local kid. We've had a couple kids get out of Cheyenne and make it, and it's crazy.
Are you the only comic? Is there any?
Yeah, there's a couple young comics coming up. There was a dude named Troy Baxley who was from Cheyenne who doesn't do it much anymore, but he was way before me. But all these older guys like Stanhope and everybody in Attell and these guys say that he was like so good. But I think I don't know a lot about him. I met him one time at a funeral, but I think he just drank too much and like fell down, hit his head, and something happened to him. I don't know enough about the story, so I probably shouldn't even say that much. I don't know, but he used to be like a incredible comic, but I don't think he does it much anymore. I think he just drinks. I think he tries to get back into it, but no. Otherwise, there's nobody. There's a couple. You know, I do shows. Whenever I do shows back home, I let people try, and my buddy Greg, he's my Wyoming opener. He opens for me a lot, but he's like. He's a lawyer, has a real job and shit, so he doesn't want this life. But he's pretty funny, and we're trying to build a scene up there.
So is Cheyenne the biggest city in Wyoming?
Yeah. So it's like it's like 70,000 the whole, but that's with everything. So that's like probably with the suburbs, like 15 miles in every direction. So it's nothing big, man. You guys ever been up there?
No, I don't think I've been in North Dakota, but I haven't been to Wyoming.
Yeah. There's some really pretty parts and there's some really shitty parts. Probably like everywhere.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you miss it at times, or you kind of like the city life?
No. Well, I miss home. I mean, it's home, you know, and that's where my friends are. I like it now because that's a good part about moving back here is I like it now. And then I go home, everyone treats me so they like think I'm famous, so I get treated really cool, which is always cool. And I do shows a lot there now, and I'm trying to set up like a monthly, so it's like my Vegas. I can go in for like 2 days, have fun, and then I got to get out of there because it's just a party, and it's cool. And it always, you know, I'm very nostalgic. So when I go home, I really love the neighborhood I grew up in. So I spend a lot of time just walking around whenever I'm back. So I like that part. You know, those are the days I'll get 25,000 steps. I'll just walk out. This is where Eric lived, and then I'd walk over here to Matt's house, and then God, we used to cut through there, and they put a fence there.
Yeah, tracking down the UPS man.
Yeah, exactly. And so we're just running around. So I couldn't live there, but they're trying to get me to run for mayor there because some people don't like the mayor now. They're like, you could beat her for sure. I was like, I don't know, man. And they're like, well, it pays like $100,000. I was like, well. But I don't think my girlfriend would want to move there.
Shoulder fixed.
Yeah,
dog.
no shit. I'd have health insurance. So my friends are trying to get me to run for mayor in 2 years, but I don't think I can do it. I mean, they're like, I would win, I think, but I don't know. They dig up a lot of stuff that probably, and like.
What do you mean? It's in your book.
Well, I know, but there's other shit like I doubt this will get me in trouble. I haven't paid taxes in like 20 years, so shit like that will come up. That will well, would probably be exposed. So, but my friends are like big political people, and we had a meeting about it the other day. They're like, we can put like $1 million behind you. We're not worried about any of this shit. We will make sure you win. I'm like, well, I don't know. Be pretty cool. Maybe I'll do it.
Roll the dice, dog.
I'd be so corrupt though, and I told him, I said, hey man, I'm just telling you. I'm gonna make
every corner.
I'm gonna make a lot more than 100,000 if I'm the mayor, or I can be
free
bought.
roll, dog.
Yeah,
free
yeah,
roll.
yeah, exactly. I can definitely be bought. So we'll see if you see me win mayor in Cheyenne, it'd be a good town to move to. You'll have some. You can do it.
We can get decriminalized psilocybin on the docket.
I don't even know what that is, but I got it. What is that?
Magic mushrooms.
Oh, I thought they decriminalized that here.
That's what I'm saying, but if that's why we'll move there.
They're trying to get weed. They can't even get weed there yet.
Not yet. Not to.
That's what I laugh about. I make a joke every time I go there. Like, you cross the border and there's like fireworks that could blow shit up and burn down forests, but we can't have weed. Like, what are we doing? This is so backwards ass. Let some people smoke. Who cares? I don't do it, but I don't care if anyone else does. But why don't? That's what they're worried about, that Post Malone night. I'm like, what are you gonna just arrest everyone for smoking weed? Like, who gives a fuck?
It's crazy living in California and then living in Colorado and then going to other places in the country. And it's like, you guys are still in the Stone Age.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
How is this possible?
Well, there's places I go where you can still smoke indoors, and that's when I'm like, am I in a time machine? What the fuck is wrong with you people? I've done some shows in like shithole. Like, there's a show in Twin Falls, Idaho. It's like known as like the worst show. And there's just so much smoke. You could barely see the crowd. Then I asked them, hey man, I can't deal with all this fucking smoke. So then they brought in these big ass fans. But then the fans were so loud you couldn't hear my jokes. I was like, fuck it. I guess I got to deal with this smoke. Shit is just so gross to me. I mean, I never smoked cigarettes. So I don't know if it's, I hate it. There's a few Wyoming bars that are like, ugh, come in and just reeking like that shit.
That's how it was in Oklahoma, too.
Really? See, and that's the one, Airey was the one that told me if I'm ever going to do a drug, do mushrooms. He's like, that's the best shit.
Got you.
But I'm sure I'd love it too much, man.
Nah.
You're not going to abuse psychedelics because it's like one of those things where it's like you don't want to go there every day.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, some of my comedian buddies just do the microdose thing.
Yeah.
I also think it's fucking them all up.
Could be.
How
so?
He's just into some crazy shit, man. He was like, he's, and I think he's a really funny dude, but he was doing like family Mother's Day shows, and now he's just doing like crazy content, weird shit with like videos, and they're just trippy ass videos. I think he doesn't give a shit. He's into it. So there's a lot of comedians that love the mushrooms, but I don't know. I'm just gonna ride this out. Drink my White Claws. Why start now?
Proud sponsor of the Airey Bros podcast. White Claws.
Yeah, it's the same with tattoos. If I had I love, like, I would want to just be sleeved up, but I would have so much shit that I wish I didn't have.
Time and money.
Yeah.
Never enough of either.
That's awesome.
How we doing on time, dog?
We probably got about, 15 minutes if need be, but we're here till 4, so it's 3:46.
How you doing? You got anything?
I don't have shit, man. I'm good.
So, go back, talk about that lanyard life, kind of connect it with you on that. I've never snuck into a game per se, but growing up, we went to Disney World, and one thing, Disney World, all the posh hotels, they have a concierge lounge at the top. And some trips we'd go and we'd stay in those hotels where it have the concierge and we get concierge, but there'd be others there'd be others where we wouldn't, and I'd want to try to go up, but you need the key in the elevator to get to that floor. So at a young age I realized so it's on the 5th floor. If I walk up the fire escape, I can get there on the 5th floor. And so I've gone to every one in Disney. I've snuck in them all. One year I went there for spring break, and I didn't buy a meal because that's how I did it. So I'm all about that lanyard life, sneaking into games and stuff. And now that I got one on Saturday, I'm definitely going to have to use it.
Yeah, man, just wear it. You'll get more confidence with it, but you just see the people, they'll just think that you're that you're better than them because you have, that you're just important. It's so stupid, but I love it, man. I'm telling you, I wear it. I was explaining to my girlfriend the other day, I was like, watch this, I'll wear it today. She's like, why? I was like, just watch. Then if there's a line or something, people just almost be like, invite you to the front of it because it looks like you're supposed to be there. It's fun. The one I want to try is the ice pack one, which is so funny. One of my friends, when I just did shows in Wyoming, someone did it to sneak in. But one of my buddies in a band said, if you ever want to sneak in a music venue, you just grab 2 bags of ice, put them up on your shoulders, have a lanyard, and just walk right by. And they'll never stop you because they'll be like, oh, no one thinks you're just accidentally carrying ice. But bags of ice are like $1 each. It's like and you can always, and that's like the ultimate free roll, because all you have to do is if someone stops you, you can just say, hey, they told me at the front, to take this. He's like, you can walk right backstage into the dressing rooms if you just have 2 bags of ice, which costs you $2. I haven't tried it yet, but I could see how it would work. It's a pretty good investment. I mean, you only have a little amount of time, but I don't know who's going to stop you, I should film someone from the outside watching me just walk by, but because I know people are like, or if you have like real balls, you just carry like a ladder. I know those kids snuck into the Super Bowl like that. Just 2 kids carrying like a 17-foot ladder, and nobody, because you're like, no one would accidentally, I mean, I totally get it. If I was a security guy, I was like, oh, let these guys through. They have a ladder.
They're supposed to be here.
Yeah,
right?
well, who just accidentally has a 17-foot ladder, But I think the ice bags would work if you just got to be fast enough before they melt.
Rapids game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ice bags, lanyards. I have my support badge on there too. So.
Oh yeah, you're good.
So what I was seeing there is they have like those restaurants that you can kind of get into from the outside, and there's like a security guard standing there. I think that's the way to go, because I was like scooping it out. I'm like, oh, we can just jump in right there and go through the restaurant.
Yeah, I go through this one at Pepsi Center. You can go through. The one at Pepsi Center, I've had a little luck with it. You can go inside the building to get to there's a box office in there, and then there's an immediate left where you can go, and then there's the gift shop is to the right. So a lot of times if I have to, I'll just go left and say, oh, I was already in, or I have to go to the gift shop, or, now with the tickets, the phone tickets, that was the easiest shit in the world, because you could just blame technology. So one time when I was sneaking into the Bronco game, I heard the lady, or one time I had tickets, but then the other time I was sneaking in because I heard the lady tell the other lady, ask them where they got the ticket from, because we've been having problems with the Ticketmaster ones. And then I just watched this girl go, oh, it was a Ticketmaster one. And then they go, oh, okay. And just let them go. So then the next time I was like, oh, I just had my friend take a picture. Or what I did is I went up to the front, and then I had my friend send me a picture of the ticket, and then come back and like maybe there was 8 of them on one person's phone. Then I had that dude come back and be like, hey, I don't know if they scanned them all too many or what, but this ticket's supposed to be his. And then with the phones, they're just like, whatever. And then in the box, so my buddy has a box, and then we can all get to the box because he can just send me that picture of his box ticket, because that's not like no reentry or anything. So they don't scan it every time. You just go, oh. So then now if I just get in the stadium, then I can just get in his box. No worries. But like I always say, you're just dealing with people that fucking hate their jobs and make like $9 an hour. And if half the time, if you're just nice,
right?
You're just like, hey, I don't know what happened. I think this is, this is this or this, and then I don't know. And I just play stupid all the time. I'm the dumbest person you've ever met. And I just always, even though I think I'm probably the smartest, the most calculated, but I never show that. I just play like, I don't know, man. I just openly always go, I'm an idiot.
I don't get technology.
Yeah, I probably fucked this up, so this is probably my fault, but I don't know, maybe it's this. But my friend sent me this ticket, and now I don't know, what do I go here? And then they're just like, people want to go, oh, you did this, or maybe this, and then oh, thanks so much. Then I'm in.
In their like swimwear.
Yeah.
Right?
And it doesn't. And people always ask, but it's